BSSB, episode 51. Tonight we're going to watch some UFC, shoot the shit as always. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this shit. Thank you. Picked up quite a few views and some subscribers. So if any of those new people are watching, we appreciate it. Thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this shit, tell your friends. As always, send news to bssbmail@yahoo.com. Yeah. Every time, dude.
Here's a trivia question. In what movie was there a burger place called Mondo Burger?
Oh, dude.
I knew you knew it. You see it would...
I'm not going to be able to... I won't be able to think of it, but I do remember Mondo Burger for sure. What movie?
Well, I mean, think about it. It's a movie...
Toy Story?
And it's got a burger place in it called Mondo Burger. How many movies do you know about burgers?
I don't know. Can't even think of a movie about a burger.
Good Burger. Mondo Burger was the place that came into town that was creating the big fucking burgers in the movie and was putting Good Burger out of business. And then you found out they were using chemicals.
That's like the only burger movie I know. But I thought that was too obvious.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's other burger movies to like, but I'm trying to think. I'm like, oh, that's kind of obvious. Like, if it's a trivia, that was like.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of a single other movie about like a burger.
Or based at a burger
other
place.
than like Bob's Burgers. There's movies that are based in burger place, like Clerks too.
Yeah.
Was based in movies, which is like a burger joint. You've got like Waiting, which is like a TGI Fridays, which is kind of like a burger place, but it's not like a fast food burger place.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, there's multiple Xbox 360 games about Burger King because they made 360 games out of that King character, remember? And you could buy them at the drive-thru.
No, I don't remember that.
Like Sneak King, and you had to sneak up on somebody as the king and give them a Whopper.
Really? I don't remember playing those.
And there was like a racing one, and like they were only like $15, but they were Xbox 360 video games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Never got them. That's pretty coal though.
That was like early 2000s, whatever Xbox 360 was out.
Yeah. That was that big old black contraption with the green circle, right? That was a 360, or was that Xbox? You know what I'm talking about?
Xbox. The first Xbox was black
with the big green circle that said Xbox. Okay. And 360.
The second one was the first stand-up one that was white.
Yep. Okay. And
now the slide out disc thing that always broke.
Yeah, that thing was always sucking.
And that was the first time you got the red ring of death.
That's right. I never got the red ring of death, but I knew a couple people that did.
See, there was like
a hack you could wrap it in a blanket or all kinds of shit to do. I don't know what. There's all kinds of hacks that were online to try to fix it.
Well, there was also, I remember when I first got mine, I didn't have any games. So I went and I rented a bunch from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And one of those games was called Prey.
Yeah.
Prey. And it was about, I think they made more of them later. But it was about like this Native American dude who got abducted. Aliens had come down and they got abducted by aliens and you were trying to get out of the ship.
Oh, okay.
And that's as much of it as far as I got through it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was I took my PlayStation over to my buddy Duffy's house. Shout out to Duffy.
What's up, Duffy?
And he had a cat named Freak. It was a weird cat. It's like the first half of it looked like a different cat. The second half of it had like crazy hair that stuck up. It was an awesome cat. But I had it standing up when we were playing that game, and the cat hit it and knocked it over.
Oh, shit.
PlayStation went out, or the Xbox went out. Yeah. Try it. Stood it back up, turned it back on. Everything seemed fine. Went to play the game. And then at the point that happened in the game, every time it would glitch out and freeze up.
Oh,
we took the disc out. You look at it, there's a big ring on the disc.
Yeah.
So basically, you could play the game to the point you get to that ring.
And it would stop.
So I took it back to them, and I was like, cat knocked it over. This happened. And they looked at it, and they called it, it's Ring of Death. And he showed the dude. He's like, it's fine. You know what I mean? They just resurfaced it. But like basically, whatever was in there, when that happened, it made the disc like kind of move, and it scratched the shit out of it. But no, they didn't charge me or anything.
That's cool.
Because they got a resurfacing machine or whatever.
Nice.
But yeah, there's a little trip down memory lane, I guess. But crazy story. But they called that the Ring of Death. So the other thing is the Red Ring of Death. I always thought the Ring of Death.
I'd always clean my. You know what worked really good? Cleaning CDs and discs for me.
Toothpaste.
No.
What?
The toilet.
What?
Seriously, flushing your disc. You never flush a CD? Dude, it works amazing cleaning it.
How? Explain to me the process
Dude,
of
I
flushing
have
a
no
CD.
fucking clue, bro. But I would have. This is no bullshit. I'm not fucking with you right now. This is no bullshit like me fucking with you or whatever.
Yeah.
I would have games and disc that would be like, would fuck up or whatever. And as long as it didn't, like, it'd be, you look at it, you're like, damn, it's like all like whatever, like marked up and shit.
Yeah.
I would literally put it so like the part that it read was facing up in the toilet.
Yeah.
Literally just flush the toilet. Water would, like, it almost like it went through all the little grooves or some shit. And it would literally, I'd pull it out and it'd be spotless clean. Put it in my shit and it would play perfect. Yeah.
I don't
know why.
I don't believe this.
No, I seriously, I don't know why.
Like, I mean, I believe that you believe this.
Yeah.
But I don't see how, like,
it just would
was
clean
the CD scratched?
No, I don't know. I don't think it
or
would
was
work.
it just dirty? So you just decided I'm going to put it in the
I seen
toilet
something
instead of
online.
just rinse it off in the
No,
sink.
I seen something online. It was like, because you know how, like, I seen a thing where it's like you rub it with a banana peel or some shit, toothpaste, different things like that.
Yeah.
And the person was like, literally, he's like, if your disc was all dirty and fucked up, he's like, flush it and it cleans it really good.
But okay, because there was something in your toilet
No.
bowl
No,
that
just
had
water.
like detergent.
I don't know.
It's just water.
It was, yeah.
That's
it
what
was,
I'm saying. It's just water.
Yeah.
So
it was just
you
a
didn't
simple
have
way
to
of
put
washing
it in the toilet.
It was
You
a
could
simple
just
way of
wash it off in the sink.
It was a simple way of washing it, though. Because you just
Was
threw it in
it?
there, hit the button. You have to, whoop,
Yeah.
and it just washed it. I didn't have to get my hands wet.
No, okay. No, what it did is it got all the dust off it. It wasn't clean.
Oh, it was clean as hell. It worked perfect.
It was in the toilet, Eric.
Clean water.
The fuck it is clean water. Do you fucking get in there and scrub your toilet every day? You probably
My mother
shit
did.
Somebody shit in that toilet prior to you doing that. Is my point.
I did.
If anything, it
I
was
shit in the
way
toilet.
nastier than it ever was.
I
But now
shit in that
it's
toilet.
cleaned off.
Listen,
enough
it was
to
my
play.
way of cleaning CDs and shit back in the day.
No, but what I'm telling you is you didn't need to put it in the toilet. You could have just rinsed it off in the sink.
I liked it. It was convenient.
I'm sure you did.
It was
Clearly you did.
It was convenient. Throw it in, hit the
because
button.
you never even thought that
Put my
I don't
pinky
have to do this.
Put my pinky right there. I'd shake it off, wipe it off, be done with it.
So your disc.
You get clean. Went through a little dishwasher.
I have no doubt.
I called it the
game
disc
played
washer.
again.
It was a disc washer.
That wasn't a disc. There was an actual trademarked disc washer.
No, this is the hood version of the disc washer. Is your toilet?
No, that was a toilet, and it didn't wash anything. It just
But listen. So if you got some dusty CDs or anything, you potentially got some fingerprints and shit up all on it. Throw it in the toilet. Hit the thing. Let it swirl around. Stick your pinky in there. Pick it right out after the water goes down. Perfect.
Remind me. I'm like, I've never been more glad that you play Xbox and I play PS4 right now, because I would never let you borrow a game.
Well,
I'd come home and I would sanitize my games.
Well, now I'm not as like I used to be with my games. I would just
Well, now you know you don't need to use the toilet, too.
Well, I'd still use it.
You just took a shit. You know you just took a shit in that toilet, and now you're still gonna fucking.
Yeah. Yeah. I could take a shit, flush it, and then Hayes would be like, this CD dirty. I'd be like, oh, okay, here, I'll just throw it right in the toilet, flush it.
Eric, it was just dust. I could have wiped it off.
No, this is the.
Now I have to spray it. Now I have to spray it with Febreze.
This is a disc washer now. No, you don't need to wash it off. We have a disc washer, AKA a toilet.
No, I had a disc washer. You have a toilet. Well, it was called the Skip Doctor. Do you remember the Skip Doctor?
Yeah, I do remember that.
I had one of those. The CD always looked way worse when you were done, but it played. It was the weirdest thing. I would have a scratch and a song would skip, right? And I'd put it in there and it would essentially
You'd be like, damn,
sand
this
it.
fucked my thing up. You put it in, it's
sanded
perfect.
the shit out of it, right?
Yeah.
But it did it in like a diamond. Like you could tell that they were like
Diamond
cross-hatched. You know what I mean? Because when you looked at it, like it wasn't like a nice, clear, see-through, shiny thing. Like it looked like it got sanded, but like in a very like fancy way. It played the
that's what's
song
up.
that skipped didn't skip anymore. But when you couldn't sell this at
Yeah.
fucking CD Warehouse or something.
No, they would
Look at this and be like, "Oh my god, no!
Get the fuck out of here with that. I'll give you a fucking penny."
Like it looked like it needed buffed. You know what I mean?
Yep. I know what you're saying.
But it played. Somehow the laser went through all that haziness. Unless I did it wrong. But then I read the instructions because I was like, this doesn't seem right. Because you just sprayed the solution on it, on the CD, and then it spun around as you turned to this crank.
Yeah.
And then there was like this sanding pad that would just sand the shit out of it and just make it flat again. But like at the same time, it was like not see-through anymore. It was like hazy and foggy and...
Probably should have tried to flush it first.
No. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Were you high back then too? Were you smoking weed when you were doing that? Just not thinking that all you needed to do was just rinse it off in the sink?
It just cleaned it really well, man, because it like cleaned it, went in the motion. Perfect, dude. It spun with the CD. It was great, dude.
Yeah,
it was a power wash.
Did you get pink eye a lot as a kid?
Nah, dude, I only had it like probably twice a year for like 6 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's because you're cleaning your games and then going, oh shit, dude, what the? It's 4 in the morning. I better get to bed. I'll wake up in the morning, time to play some video game. Yeah, dude, you had pink eye constantly.
Nah, I literally have never had pink eye. Have you?
No,
you ever had pink eye?
Actually, I don't think I've ever had pink eye.
Like,
either.
I mean, having pink eye doesn't mean necessarily you like to wipe your eyes with shit. Like, you can get it from like other kids, like around nieces and nephews.
Yeah,
and
but
shit.
it's
like,
usually poop particles.
No, I'm saying it doesn't. I'm saying it doesn't mean it's like from you though. Like, doesn't mean you didn't wash your hands and wipe your. I'm saying you can get it from other. I'm just saying it's not a dirty disease. Like, you got pink eye, you sick fuck. Would you stick your finger up your ass?
No. It could.
Get it from all sorts of shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just by touching something and then rubbing your eye, or like using laying on a pillow that somebody used prior or something. You know what I mean?
Yep. But no, I've never got. I was lucky enough to never get it.
No, me either. I knew kids that got it and didn't come to school because of it, but I was never one of those kids. Watch, we'll both get pink eye tomorrow because you decided to fucking clean a disc yesterday.
Yeah. I had a buddy as an adult. Acquired scabies and hand, foot, and mouth. Not at the same time, but within like a 3-year period.
Really?
Yeah. Scabies is because you're dirty.
Not necessarily. I got it when I was a kid because of yard work. Scabies are bugs that bite you.
Yeah, but this was because this kid was dirty.
We were moving. There was a bunch of brush.
No, I'm just saying this was because this kid was dirty.
Oh yeah, you can get it because you're dirty.
He did. But this is what he did. He did landscaping. Like, he would cut grass and shit.
Yeah.
But he sat on a mower all day. But he would never wash his clothes that were on the outside. Like, he would change his underwear and his undershirt.
Oh, so like his pants and his.
But he would go like a week without washing it.
Damn. No, you can't do that. You have to at least change your clothes. You don't have to wash it.
I'm pretty sure that's how he and it would sit in a pile. Like, he would take it off.
Yeah, that's how you get it.
And he would throw it in a pile, and then like the next day he would just pull.
So basically he would just change clothes out of this dirty pile.
He would come home. He would shower. That's the thing.
But he'd put on dirty clothes again. Yeah.
Yeah, and he would change his underwear.
All his his flaked off dead skin and shit, like all gets clothes. That's why you got to wash your clothes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you ever look at the inside of your socks after like a really sweaty day? Like, like you ever like took your sock off and it was like stuck to your foot and you had to like peel it off your foot?
Oh, dude.
And then looked at the inside of that sock. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's all crusty and gross, and that's why you need to flip your socks inside out every now and then and fucking wash the inside.
I just buy socks. I buy way too many socks.
No, you gotta But what I'm saying is, like, you can't you have to at least every now and then turn your socks inside out.
You know, when you wash them, I just buy like a 28-pack once a month.
I know, and then you wear them once and you throw them away.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
Fuck that shit. Do you know how nice it is to put on new socks?
No, I don't know how nice it is. Well, I know how nice it is to put on new socks, but I don't know how nice it is to put on new socks every single day of my life.
It puts a smile on your face.
I would imagine, but at the same time, I'd be like 6 Asian kids died making these socks.
That's all right. My 2 Asian kids are staying alive because they ain't over there. So, hey,
Pay it
I got the yellow card to all my friends
shout
out
out
there.
to whoever the fuck that guy was. Yeah, the nerve. As if you can't
speaking
fucking
of the
make
yellow
jokes.
card, for the guests, I'll be going to Taiwan here soon, so you'll be some videos for Taiwan. I'll buy the tickets tomorrow.
Yep, you'll see the war zone as it's happening.
It'll be March.
This fucking guy.
March, I think around like the 4th or 5th, I'll be leaving. I'm going to go there. They got the World Baseball Classic first round there, so I'll get to watch a bunch of different countries play baseball at Taichung International Stadium. And I'll be back around like the 19th or 20th.
Maybe.
Yeah. So you'll see some videos of me on a plane, some baseball videos, possibly some war
I was
videos,
just about to say you'll see the bombs going off.
all kinds of crazy shit. So make sure you stay tuned, dude. I might be like the new Anderson Cooper, like live,
but gayer.
Right? Yeah, a lot gayer, dude. For real.
Not nearly as.
I'll be better looking, but I'm just not, whatever. But I'm gonna give it a shot.
Did you know Anderson Cooper is a Vanderbilt?
I do remember watching.
His mother is a Vanderbilt, so he's part of the Vanderbilt family.
I think we watched something
so he's
here.
A fucking
we watched
elite.
something. I think we watched something here that showed like different. There was like a few. It showed a few different people how they were connected to one of like the main 7 families or whatever, 5 families or whatever there is.
There's actors and shit that are directly connected to huge.
Yeah, I think we watched something.
Families that
like
run the world.
Top 5 people or something that you didn't know was connected or something like that.
Like most people in the entertainment industry and like just big stuff like that are somehow connected to someone who's either in that industry or even higher.
Even a lot of government officials too.
Like there's actresses who like they came from somebody who knew somebody. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's a lot of government people too. I think there's a couple government people in that video.
An internet video convinced me that Chester Bennington from Lincoln Park, the guy who killed himself, is the son of John.
Sort of like how Jeffrey Epstein did.
I guess, but they're saying that he's the son of John Podesta.
Really?
Yeah, because Chester Bennington never knew his dad, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess there's something about I don't know. There's more to this conspiracy, right? But if you look at a picture of John Podesta next to a picture of Chester Bennington, and he is the fucking spitting image of John Podesta.
Really?
Spitting fucking image.
Do you know there's
Let me look it up.
You know they say Jimmy Butler is the illegitimate son of Michael Jordan?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. It says bizarre rumors and conspiracy theories that claim Lincoln Park lead singer Chester Bennington was murdered. Blah, blah, blah. But there is John Podesta, and there is Chester Bennington. And tell me that doesn't look like he's the son.
The nose is identical.
They both wear the same, like, the glasses. They have the same fucking like the same eyes. Lips. They have the same chin. They have the same fucking ears. They have the same everything. Same eyebrows. They're the fuck. That's his son, dude. He never knew his dad. He was all fucked
Looking up the vaccines and shots that are required to go to Taiwan. Make sure nothing's changed or updated.
Do you think if I balled up real nice and got in a bag, you could take me with you? And part 2.
Ship you in a container.
No, because I'd want to get there in like a day.
What if I overnight you?
No, because they're just going to throw me around and shit.
No, but I put fragile on the outside.
Fragile.
Very fragile.
Must be Italian. No, and part 2, in customs.
Yeah.
What do you think they would do if they opened me up and they just saw me in there with like a cigarette like this? It's like like watching a movie on my phone.
Just take your ass straight to fucking a work camp. Like, oh, you want to come here? You don't know how much rice costs.
You will know the price of rice when you leave here.
Yeah.
Cool. When you're done with that, you should pick the album of the week. So
don't tell me what the fuck to do, bro. It's coming in hot.
I need to add that to the list. Pick the album of the week.
Yeah, you should add that to the list.
You know,
dude at work was talking about how long his balls were, how big his balls were, and how long they hung down, the length of them.
That almost went exactly where I thought it was going.
And he was talking about, he's like, And I'm like, oh, you old man wrinkly balls. He's like, yeah, dude, for
Old
real. He's
man
like,
wrinkly balls.
the dude's younger than me, and he's like, I feel like I'd be the guy in that like Jackass video. Like if I wear too short of shorts or something, like
Your
they would
balls would
slip.
be hanging out.
He's
Yeah.
like, that's how long my nutsack. He's like, it's the craziest shit ever.
No, dude, it's like
I almost was like, dude, I just whip it out. Like, let me see what you're talking about.
I think your balls like keep growing or something, or like I don't know what it is, but your balls just seem to like get bigger and droop down farther the older you get. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, he just says his are
Gravity's
like,
just
abnormally
stretching
like,
it out.
long and large for like his age. Like they hang low. He said
Hang
like
low.
low.
Hang low. You
Yeah.
say hang low and not enough for me to notice that you put like a gr in the middle of hang low. It's like hang low.
Hang
Like
low.
you like your throat closes for a second.
Yeah.
You hear that hang low.
Hang low.
He's got that hang low.
He does.
Like there's this extra O in there. Hang
No,
low.
it glows.
No, it gullows.
Yeah.
Hang low.
Yeah, because it glows and goes.
I just like doing that. Hang low.
Sounds like a country. Hangolow.
So where are you from? Oh, I'm from Hangolow. Sound like you're from Texas. It's kind of like Texas.
But with Hangolow.
You know how everything's bigger in Texas? Well, everything Hangolow in Hangolow. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, pull this shit up. Actually, let me find the proper video for you. We've talked about this before a few times on the podcast. I know we have.
Okay.
But it's going on right now. So we're going to watch it. Just so I can show you the intensity again of it. So the waste management tour is going, or the waste management tournament's going on right now. And this is hole 16. So you got to get there early as fuck, bro. Like, you just might as well get, if you leave the tournament, you just might as well just get right back in line.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to.
So this is early as fuck, bro. These people lined up.
This guy's got syphilis.
I went from Lee Bryce downtown straight here.
We know exactly where we're going to go once we're in.
Slow and steady. What's the race? Slow and steady.
We got pace. We've been timing it out on the treadmill.
So this is in Arizona at the waste management, and this is that hole 16 that we talked about. That's wild as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is people trying to get to where they want to go, because this. Look at this.
But never in all my years as a sportscaster have I seen the improbable, now possible, running of the bulls here to the 16th at the WM Phoenix.
This is all these people are lined up
The
for.
countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
The one guy in the white cheated.
Yeah, he did.
He should get disqualified.
But there's more entrances than just this one, you know, throughout the course. So you just got to just get there, man.
Would you wear a lederhosen? Isn't that what those are called?
Yeah. I'd wear it.
What would you dress up as if you went
Nothing.
there?
I would just dress comfortable. I wouldn't dress up as anything.
Well, then you're all that talk about having all that cool spirit and shit and being the guy
yeah,
that
but
painted
I
himself
don't
up.
give a fuck. Yeah, but that's not.
You gave that all up, did you? So
Yeah.
they set all that shit up in like a day and then take it all down in a day, according to Joe Rogan or somebody that was on Joe Rogan.
What, this golf stuff?
Those stands.
No,
those
they,
those aren't there.
No, they take them down after they'll put them up like probably Tuesday.
Like
and
the
they'll
day
take them.
before or whatever is what they showed. And they showed like a time lapse of them doing it or whatever.
Yeah, they'll take it down
Or not a
after
time lapse, but pictures.
after Sunday. Because this is the tournament's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it takes them like a whole day to set it up and then
Yeah.
like a whole day to take it down. Maybe longer.
Yeah, but
I
that's
can't
every
remember.
golf course though. They might not be as big as the stands, but they'll have stands like this every tournament throughout golf courses.
Oh.
This one's just a little bit bigger because it's gotten. But look at that hole. Look at that, all surrounded.
That's dope.
Some dude streaked on it this year. He got arrested.
What, does that shit get bigger every year? Yeah, I don't. The pictures I saw of it last time, it was not that big.
Yeah, it's gotten bigger. They've added on seats. That's what I'm saying.
Probably so mad tickets.
Yeah. And like the grandstands and shit like that, where like people are, that's all I think like general mission. That's why they sprint and shit to it. The only ones that are paid for are like those like boxes.
Are people getting hit with balls and shit?
You could.
Can you
but
catch
not
a ball
really.
in the stands?
Here's the thing: they're pros. So the odds of them fucking shanking one, putting into the stands is very slim. But yeah, dude, this is the coolest hole in golf. I mean, like you said, they just talked about it on Rogan and shit, but like,
So that's the coolest hole in golf.
look, they're cheering for this guy just to come out and put the pin in the morning. Look, because they're drilling a new hole every day. The pin placement is at a different spot on the green.
Every
so
day?
Look. Yep, they're putting in a new pin placement. Look, you don't even know the night before. The morning of, they're going to come out and put it in for you.
Huh.
And they pull out a chunk of dirt and they put a plastic cup in there. They do a little bit of like manicuring around it and shit like that. And then they'll take that same chunk of grass that they pulled out of there and they'll put it right back in there at the end of the night.
And then they'll put a hole in a different spot the
Yep.
next day. So is
And
the
then
hole
all
ever
it-
like way off, like of the far end of the green or whatever?
Yeah, there are some rules to pin placement. The pin with the stick that they place down that you've seen them.
Yeah.
The technical measurement, but an easy measurement is all those pins are the same length.
Yeah.
So you have to be like there's called the green, and then there's a fringe, and then there's like actual grass. So right here is the green. You have to lay your pin, and the hole can't be inside the pin. That's the length. So you can't be too like right on the edge of it.
Gotcha.
And I think it's like 3
So
feet.
who decides where the hole is? That guy that we just saw?
Probably
Can he put it wherever he feels? It's like, today I'm going to put it over here.
Some
Or do
courses,
they have,
like
like,
your
a
local
process?
courses, that's probably more thought out because, like the Masters and shit like that. Some of these big ones I know a lot, like I know more about. They'll have like their Sunday placements where it's literally like the hardest spot on the green to make a putt because of the undulation of the green or whatever. Because like the wave.
Because it's almost like you got to get it just right, or maybe it's like
It's like a
kinda
putt. They turn it into
slightly at
a
an
super
angle.
hard putt hole.
Yeah.
If you think about it, you know how like those stupid ass holes where you putt and then the hole's up on an upslope. So if you miss it, it comes back down at you, or if you miss it, it just flies away. Though they try to put them in fucked up spots like that on Sunday, the hardest statistic spot to like make a putt. And so yeah, that's what they do. But it's cool because then the fans cheer you on. If you hit the green, they cheer for you. If you don't hit the green, they boo you. If you fucking get it real close, they go nuts. If you make a hole in one, shit goes crazy. They start throwing shit and stuff. Gets pretty fucking wild.
Gotcha.
Oh, he's got his neck. Oh, shit. He slid out of that shit. That afro sheen.
We're done. We're done for. We're never like. Once we make it, we're immediately gonna lose it. We're gonna get Shane Gillis, dude. We're gonna get 1 million views, and then we're gonna lose all of them.
We're going to make it just far enough to
We're gonna get 1
canceled.
million views and lose 186 subscribers, which is what we have. At the moment, I think it's 87 actually. Yeah, it was 187 because like I hope somebody doesn't get murdered. So what is this?
It's like 1:22 about the train derailment in East Palestine.
Oh,
Or East
Ohio.
Palestine, Ohio. I don't know exactly how it's pronounced.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Massive train derailed Friday, 20 of them carrying hazardous materials as flames lit up the sky in northeastern Ohio.
The evacuation order is in place for anyone within a mile radius of the crash site.
These aren't storm clouds. This is the fucking shit! The fucking shit they burn off in East Palestine! This is not fucking storm clouds!
damn, he's mad.
Look at it!
Damn. Did you see that?
Yeah, I watched this a couple times. From the one from space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Officials are claiming that the air and water are safe.
Chernobyling.
Residents say they can still smell chlorine. They've complained about their eyes watering when they go outside, and one woman says the noxious air killed her chickens.
Out of nowhere, he just started.
Yeah, watch
pushing
these
really hard
eggs
and
too.
just
It's
shut
coming
down
up.
and
I'll show you like
very fast.
we can always pause it if you need to, but like the eggs the day look at that, the day after, look at them. And this is creepy as fuck too. But look at the eggs.
So explain what happened, because anybody watching this doesn't fucking know
No,
what
I'm
we're
going
actually
to.
watching it.
No, I'm going to. I mean, there was just a giant train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, that had this chlorine. I don't even know the exact technical name of it, but it was like a quarter mile, half mile long, like fire on the train tracks. Like all these cars were lit up, and it was almost quarter mile, half mile long fire. And it had all these chemicals on some of it, and they did this controlled burn instead of like people are saying they should have like put the fire, like there was a way to put the fire out with like the proper shit and then do like a hazmat cleanup properly, but they chose to do like a controlled burn and burn it all off and like let it leak out. Like we did the water, they told us not to drink the water at work.
Damn,
and we're way south of them.
That's fucking nuts.
So the people around them are like pissed. And then there's videos like a little compilation of like just different shit, like the pictures of like the burn and
it burning.
People show like the test, like they did their own at-home test on the water.
And everybody had to evacuate.
Yeah, and everyone had to evacuate their homes like forced. Like the sheriff came to your house, and if you didn't, they like detained you.
That's nuts. Look at that shit. Shit, dude.
Yeah. So, but they kicked the reporter out for trying to report this shit. Like, supposedly he was going against their narrative. Like, why are you doing this? You should just do a cleanup, spend the fucking money, and actually do it. Like, look at that. It's just crazy, bro.
Yeah. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
That's not from space. That's from an airplane.
Plane. Yeah.
But yeah, you can see it coming up through the clouds. That's so nuts, dude.
Yeah, and then like this reporter right here.
For reporting it.
Reporting like that they could, this wasn't like how they had to do it, I guess. He was reporting like, why didn't you guys just put it the fuck out? Why didn't you guys do a hazmat cleanup like this? This isn't the first time this shit's happened. It's not like this is like, oh my God, first time this has happened.
Yeah. So it says that it involves the burning of the rail car's chemicals that release the fumes into the air that can be deadly if inhaled. So that they crashed and all the chemicals spilled everywhere.
Yeah, but there was still things on fire, and they just let them burn.
And the fumes were going everywhere, and everybody was breathing it in. This is a crime, essentially. They committed like a ecological crime or whatever, or whatever. I don't know, environmental crime.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I'm
like
literally
controlled burnings are weird. Like,
and like, dude, look, like if you go back to that map,
like look, it killed everything.
Yeah, like if you go back to that map real quick, my work is where Wheeling's at, basically, because like Wheeling, West Virginia, we're like the Mountaineer and all that shit.
Yeah,
I believe, or we might be a little bit. I don't know if we're that far south. Let me see real quick. I don't know exactly the map. I don't want to quote something.
East Palestine's way the fuck up here, dude.
Yeah, so I'm up from there. Yeah, I'm like probably directly across from like I'd be a little north of Pittsburgh. Like if you go straight across from Pittsburgh, you see where it comes in like that?
Yeah.
On the map, like where the R is, the top of the R. That's where like my work would be.
Gotcha. That's quite a ways from Wheeling.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't know.
So you're way closer to
Yeah.
it than I thought, because I said Wheeling's fucking far from it, dude.
Yeah, but I guess they like tested I guess it got to the Ohio River and shit.
Gotcha. That's Pennsylvania, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, like they the shitty like they had people in Beaver County, PA, which is directly to the right of that star. They had them evacuate, but then last minute during the burn, the wind shifted. It literally shifted right down towards our work. Like people that live where my work is said they smelled the chlorine and all that shit in the air and stuff.
I'll be doing this or something, or like putting on a gas mask.
Oh, the dude did. The one guy, he put his thing on like to take his dogs out and shit real quick. He's like, I didn't know how bad it was. Like I smelled it. So he's like, fuck it. I wanted to take him out now. He's like, just in case it got like, see, I didn't know if it was gonna get better or worse. So he's like, I just got him out now real quick.
East Palestine's not too far from us, really. We're like
an hour drive, an hour and 11 minutes drive or something like that. Hour and 10.
I thought I smelled chlorine. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so now they're like, there's a lot of people pissed and shit, man. Fucked up their lives.
But believe it.
Yeah, and I guess not being handled properly. They gave people like wash buckets or some shit today. Like 5-gallon buckets and shit. Yeah, dude. I don't know.
What the fuck are people going to do with wash buckets, Eric?
Dude, I don't know. They gave them literally 5-gallon buckets that said Lowe's on them.
It said here, wash with these.
Yeah.
Wash yourself.
Yeah, they might have been like full of clean water and shit. I don't know.
Buckets full of clean water. Here's a bucket of water. Make it last now. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, dude. Yeah, honestly, I haven't.
How many is that now?
I don't know, dude. I just keep eating them, bro. Feeling good, dude. Feeling good.
Let me know when you see Jesus.
I'll let you know. You want me to tell him you said hey?
Yeah. Tell him I'm trying to get a hold of him.
Dude, speaking of Jesus, I was on that subreddit Plast or whatever, that one I was showing you about.
Yeah.
And this bitch's pussy looked like a fucking a cross. So me and my buddy, her like pussy lips were so beat up and like flared out or some shit. Her pussy literally looked like a Jesus piece. That's what me and Tyler nicknamed. It was like, damn, look at that Jesus piece.
That's some holy pussy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably great. She's probably a great lay.
I mean, she's been laid quite a few times with her pussy flapping like a beef sandwich. But yeah.
Or she was born that way.
Or born that way.
Like Lady Gaga.
No, she was born with some fat brown lips.
Was she a fat brown lady?
No, she was a white chick with a fucking
skinny white chick with a fat brown pussy.
No, with fat pussy, like her brown lips flapping out. Dude.
Well, that just happens to be exactly what I'm looking for. A skinny white chick with a fat brown pussy, dude. Hell yeah.
She must white back to front.
That's true. That's how it happens. That's how you get brown pussy.
2 girls, 1 cup.
That's why you wipe from front to back, kids. Let's get it on the back. You can spray that off real quick.
Hose you down real quick.
Yeah.
Can't get it from underneath your balls. That shit stink for a while.
Yep. Just make sure you have one of those shower heads that are on a hose that come down so you can get into the nooks and crannies real good. Real good like.
Yup.
I got a fun fact.
Fun fact.
You ready for this?
Yeah, what's your fun fact, dude?
In Athens, Georgia, there's a tree that owns itself. The tree's owner loved it so much that when he died, he entrusted the 8-foot plot of land around the tree to the tree itself. When a windstorm felled the tree in the 1940s, residents planted a seedling from the original tree in the plot, continuing its lifeline.
Nice, you got a picture of it?
I'm assuming this is a picture of the tree. Although I'm not sure if this is a drawing or a painting or something.
Oh, either way, that's cool as fuck.
Looks like it's on a canvas.
Hell yeah. That's sweet, dude.
That is cool.
If I die,
So-
you should get some of my ashes, put it in the soil where you grow some marijuana, and then smoke the fuck out of that weed that flowers from it.
Like,
So you can have a high
I
moment.
was about to say, like, how high?
Yeah,
then-
and you can do
Then you can help me get through college.
get you through whatever, dude. That's what I'm here for.
Red man going to college at like 30. No, they weren't that old. Did you see this chat GPT shit?
Oh, I haven't got into it, but I seen it got hacked or some shit possibly. But I just seen how one-sided it was, like on a lot of things.
You can type in a certain, they call it the Dan prompt. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a certain code of Dan.
Mm-hmm.
But it then puts the chat GPT into like a alternate function of itself, but the whole time it's trying to like fight it.
Yeah.
So it'll give you it'll say like something truthful. It'll give you like a true response.
Yeah.
And then you'll see it like do like a little code thing. It'll be like stay in character. And then it'll give you like the woke response.
Gotcha.
And
so
it's programmed. It's proving that it's programmed to be a certain ideology.
Yeah.
That it's not just an artificially intelligent thing. This artificially intelligent thing is programmed to have an ideology.
Yeah.
But that's not what I was going to talk to you about with it. You brought that up. But have you seen that, like, just how well it mimics, like, comedians and certain people? Like, you'll type in, like, tell me a joke in the style of Mitch Hedberg.
Oh,
and it'll write, like, a Mitch
seen
Hedberg joke that sounds like Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't speak like him.
Was it on the
but,
Friedman
like,
one?
It sounds like a joke he would write.
Yeah, they were doing it on the podcast, and they pulled up. Jamie was doing a bunch of shit. Yeah, I seen it on
They
Rogan.
did a Rogan
they were doing
joke. They did like a Tim Dillon said, give me a Tim Dillon rant or a rant about something in the style of Tim Dillon. And Tim Dillon read it.
And it sounds just like some shit he would say.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
and
crazy.
He's like, it's not exactly me. It hasn't got it completely right, and it hadn't.
But
it's like, it's extremely close.
If you personally didn't know Tim Dillon and watch him like religiously, you'd be like, yeah, that's Tim Dillon. Something he would say.
Yeah.
No, it's just wild. But here's the thing. It's like anything. It can get hacked. It's a computer system.
Yeah. But now, this is the scary part because now they have voice ones.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can literally have an entire speech be spoken as Joe Biden, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They did a whole conversation with Joe Rogan and Steve Jobs, and that never happened because Steve Jobs is fucking dead.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine the combination of ChatGPT, deepfake, and this AI voice thing.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary, like a comedy documentary, where the whole thing was narrated by Joe Biden, and you would think it was Joe Biden.
Yeah,
but it was just a voice thing, or somebody doing a great impression. But I'm pretty sure it was just a voice thing.
Yeah, no, I mean it's anything. All that shit. It's like technology. It's like Elon said in the first time with I think it was the first episode with Rogan, where it's like, yo, they need to chill out on this shit. Like he warned them. Like he talked to some of these people, like, hey, you guys are going a little bit too far with some of this shit, with this AI and like all this shit. Like, you guys are gonna fucking get too far to a point where it's not gonna be good. And
extremely intelligent, smart, wise, like scholars and shit have stopped using it.
Yeah, no, it's going too far. Like we're starting to get to that point where, like you said, there's going to you talk about misinformation. You're
this is propaganda.
Well, I'm just saying, like, whether just propaganda about.
Well, it could be used as propaganda.
Yeah, like anything. It just is. It's just,
I don't know if propaganda is the word.
The misinformation, you could get anybody, like you said, with their face saying anything, but now you have their cadence now behind it of how they speak. And other shit to even make it more real, you could have any video of any person saying anything.
Yeah.
That misinformation that could be put out there is unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I think you watched the thing. You watched the Timcast with me the night that they discovered the voice thing.
Yeah, and they did the ones
and
with
they did Ian.
Ian's, yeah.
They did Luke Rudkowski and somebody else. But he said that it wouldn't do Tim, and it wouldn't do Tim's brother.
Yeah.
Chris. So, like, He said it would, but it wouldn't. It would be weird. It didn't do it spot on, just like the rest of them. So that tells me that it hasn't quite got everybody yet.
Yeah.
It can only get certain ones or something.
Yeah.
But it's weird that they wouldn't do Tim because he's literally has thousands and thousands of hours.
Yeah, he has
of his voice out there
than any of
than
them.
a lot of them do too. Ian does shit. Fucking Luke talks
him
a lot
more than any of them though, for sure, because
he's been doing it for so long and he does it
consistently,
multiple times a day.
He'll put three videos out that are anywhere from 15 minutes to like almost an hour on some of them before his podcast. That's like
2.5 hours.
And then his after dark thing, whoever knows how long that goes.
Yeah, and
sometimes.
then I think they go like another hour or two after Timcast.
Yeah, and some of the clips that he does show are like ones from the show or whatever from the night before, but like one or two of them every day are almost like updates.
Still, that's
like
even more content out there of his voice.
Yeah, I'm just saying it, but like, even though it's a repetitive one and like might not be tagged as a new one, I'm saying he'll even do new ones. That's how many videos he does.
Tim even has music out there.
Yeah, it's crazy. He does so much
so
shit.
They could even like probably mimic Tim singing if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, they could do it. Shit, they could get us perfect. I've said we've both of us. There's enough episodes for me and you to get fucking perfectly mimicked with the way we talk.
We probably got at least I don't know if we got 1,000, but we got a few hundred hours.
Enough. Those things only need a few fucking conversations and would get our voice exact.
I wonder,
they have enough now to understand how the fuck I talk or you talk.
But I don't know if that's what they did, because I remember Tim saying, now that I remember it, Tim saying that he uploaded a clip of a bunch of different voices.
Gotcha.
And but it got like all of them except for him and his brother, pretty much, which I thought was
this dude wins, by the way.
Kind of strange. How did it distinguish whose voice was what? Maybe they labeled it, or maybe it was like Ian, and then did the voice.
Weed in a while. I gotta say, the shrooms kicking in. That's when you know the
yeah,
shrooms,
it's been a minute.
That's when you know that shrooms are good.
That you're forgetting about the weed. No, I know exactly what you mean.
Forgetting about the flower.
Also,
we can't have an episode. Or not an episode, but a whole goddamn show about blunt smoking and not smoke blunts, Mark.
Well, I mean, we smoke.
Why haven't you rolled a fucking blunt?
Because I'm not the blunt roller.
Well,
don't tell me what to do.
Jesus, don't tell me to pick a fucking thing. I'm about
to
pick an album.
Thing.
I
told you to pick a thing a while ago. But before we get off the subject, have you seen the AI art generators?
No, the air generator.
AI art generators.
Oh yeah. We talked about that on a thing. An episode before.
I don't know if we did.
Yeah, where you can type in shit and
we talked about it, but not to a certain not to the extent we're about to.
Oh, okay.
Because now they're talking about how ethical it is when it comes to artists' rights and shit.
Oh, sure.
Because like some artists are like wanting to sue or getting really upset because it's do your thing. I'm just talking.
I know, but you keep looking over. I'm trying to get trying to read you. You get like you look over here, and so I'm like seeing if you're like, oh, like that's a good one. Trying to read.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking. I'm trying to explain, and I'm realizing you're not even really listening.
No, I'm listening because it comes to artist rights.
I guess you already did that one. Oh, let's just do this, and then we'll continue on.
No, I was listening to you because there's a lot of problems with artist rights.
I know.
Listening the whole time. We did this one.
Kid Cudi.
Nope. I don't know. I'll take it out the best way. That's thick.
I saw a video the other day of a dude training with a tree. I forget what he was doing. I don't know if he's doing pull-ups or whatever, and the guy was filming him do it, but there was a bear behind him pushing down on the tree, like helping him train and shit. Like a bear. Like a black bear.
He was doing pull-ups?
Like I can't remember what he was doing.
But he
with
was
the tree.
assisting him somehow.
But the bear was essentially just like on the other side of the tree, like like providing the. I don't know what it was.
Like, I mean, I guess like you hear him talking about like even like Steve Rinella and like all those dudes and shit like that when they're on podcasts. They always say if they're not hungry, like. They don't really fucking care about you.
Well, they were like completely aware of the bear.
No. I'm saying,
and like I almost feel like they raised the bear.
But like, I'm just saying, like, I think it'd be easier, not easier, but like, I could see how they do it because they always say if the bear's fed and has plenty, like a lot of animals, they have plenty of food, they could give 2 fucks about you.
Yeah.
It's usually the ones that fucking haven't eaten. But
Or
like,
like
if
their
you would
kids
just,
or something.
yeah, like if you would just always constantly feed a bear and like you just fucking raise them and you're a source of food, like,
Dude, I watched a video the other
yes,
day.
there's probably that chance like all them animals, but I can see how it'd be no different if these motherfuckers just raised it from a cub and
Oh no, for sure.
just kept feeding it and shit. Make sure that bitch was plenty full.
I can't remember what it was, but I watched a video the other day too of a guy in some like, I don't know if it was like Malaysia or somewhere, but he was like a fisherman. He's on a boat, and one day he saw a crocodile in the water, and he saw that it was like just like chilling there or something, and he fucking noticed that there was something in its mouth. I can't remember. It was like a bag with something in it or something in his mouth, and it was literally stuck in its mouth, and it was probably gonna die if it stayed in there because he just eventually choked to death. And he went over to it, he opened it up, jumped on it, wrestled it, pulled it out of its mouth, kicked it away from it, or kicked the crocodile away from him, and swam back to his boat real quick and got up there, and the crocodile kind of like swam away, and he said, and he continued on fishing for a minute, and he said the crocodile swam up to him and shit, and like was friendly with him, and like he said he went down the river, and it followed him all the way fucking home.
Really?
He parked his boat, and it showed. It was
like a video.
You were seeing the video of him with the crocodile, like not the occurrence of it happening, but like a story, Tim telling the story.
Yeah.
And anyway, it followed him home. He told his wife about it and shit, and then like she came out, she met the crocodile, and like the crocodile eventually left and went over, and he didn't see it for a while. And then one day he's out fishing again, and it comes back, and he's just hanging out with him. He fed it like stuff, like fish and shit, and like he was petting it and whatnot. Went home, followed him. And then,
it's just crazy, dude.
And it would leave for like a while, and he thought would never see it again. It would be gone for like a year or two, and then one day he gets a call from his wife, and he said, "Hey, fucking crocodile's here, looking for you," and goes out there, he feed him like.
Just kicking it.
It's his friend. Like it was
his buddy.
It was thankful that he saved it.
Yeah.
It was probably in the water like that for what, like a day?
Yeah, however, how long?
And
saved his life and fucking.
And I was seeing video evidence of it. Like
crazy,
it was.
Dude. I love fucking
big,
shit's nuts.
big, mean-looking crocodile, but it was a sweetheart.
I love hearing shit like that.
Yeah, dude. Like they're monsters, especially like the way Joe Rogan talks about like that story. He'd be like, "No, fuck that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like that shit happens for some reason.
The odds of it slim, but when it does, it's fucking cool as shit.
Like there's big cats that are nothing but fucking sweethearts to strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they were raised in captivity or whatever. But this was a wild fucking crocodile, dude. I think these things are smarter than we give them credit for.
Fuck yeah. They didn't survive this long. And
like
shit
their
like
brains do more than we think. Like they feel emotions and like, you know what I mean? And like think harder than we think they think. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
They're not as stupid. They're just not as dumb as we think they are. Really. I mean, like you said, they have that right there just shows you their emotional depth is exactly like human.
Yeah.
That they have empathy. They have fucking all these feelings that we have. They probably feel them all too. You can see that when like, I don't know. You see that shit online all the time when animals like, I don't know. It's just crazy, man.
No, do like fucking octopus.
Yeah.
Octopus, like that's why I think it's like we shouldn't eat octopus because they're too fucking intelligent. Like they've proven that these motherfuckers.
Yeah, they open jars and they're fucking.
Well, no, but that they literally think like humans. Like they have empathy and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they, like
you said. I mean, yeah. I just.
They're they're like a human head with tentacles, essentially.
Yeah.
Like they have like relationships and shit.
Relate
It's
to
crazy.
aliens from The Simpsons.
Yeah, I think about kind of like that. Like like if you put it on a body, it would make sense.
Yeah. Because weren't those how those people were? They like
Yeah, they were just
this,
kinda,
and
they were
just-
kind of octopus. They had
Yeah.
little tentacles that came off.
Yeah, almost like I thought they were. Yeah.
48-47, 48-47, and 49-46 for the
Oh,
winner by unanimous
gotta be Volkanovski.
decision. And still,
Wow.
Wow.
undisputed
People were already
UFC
criticizing Dana and the UFC for that Patty Pimblett fight.
Yeah.
They're definitely gonna be criticizing them now,
Yeah.
even more. Because
Dude,
I
how the fuck?
thought Volkanovski had that shit.
I mean, I didn't.
Then
pay-
again, yeah, I was just about to say
I was
that
saying,
again, I
we
didn't pay
were
that much
watching the fight,
attention.
but when I looked up, Volkanovski was fucking this dude up every time I was.
From what I saw, it looked like he was winning the fight.
Yeah. Turn this up a little. They're booing him.
They don't want to piss off Russia, dude.
Islam, that was an incredible
Things
fight.
are escalating.
Thoughts on what just occurred?
Oh, this is so short and hard opponent. Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
He's
It
telling
was
him to
very
calm
good
down.
fight. Many things happened before the fight, but
What surprised you the most about Volkanovski?
I think how he
That Taiwan.
All right, go back a little bit, or I guess we'll turn it up and see where it's at.
We were convinced.
Were we too biased?
We might have been biased.
Were we,
We
though?
might have to watch it. I don't know. I mean, I don't think
I was
so.
very
They're saying the
biased.
same
Well,
thing.
let's
we
see
were
what
just
the
saying.
online people think. Because
It was
in
3-2.
my eyes, I thought it was 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
I thought it was 2-2 going in.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, this sucks. Listen to the crowd.
Yeah.
They're
having
with
the
us.
same
Show
reaction
the
as
champion
us.
some respect.
These fucking judges, man. They've ruined
they're
history.
Australian.
One of those
They've
scorecards.
ruined history.
One of those scorecards was crazy. Maybe it's tall poppy syndrome.
Tall poppy syndrome. That's it. Whatever the fuck that is.
All right. I went to John's bar after work one day after I actually harvested. I completely forgot about this. All right.
Okay.
So I was chopping plants down, fresh plants, for most of the day. I go to John's bar on my way home from work. Okay, and stop and get food for everybody.
Yeah.
I walk in the door and I'm standing there waiting because it has a thing like, and I don't know where to go. I've never been there. They moved to a new place and I don't know how they want shit done. I don't know if I order. Some places you order right there at the hostess thing at the computer.
Yeah.
Some places you go up to the bar. But they had the sign like, please wait for the hostess. So I just stood there just waiting, like, waiting for the hostess to come up.
Mind your own business.
Yeah. And I was standing there for probably a minute before she came. And, like, I always, like, pretty aware of my surroundings. I watch people and shit. And I see a dude turn and, like, look twice or whatever. And I'm like, all right, does this motherfucker know me or something or whatever? I'm thinking in my head, like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I walk over to the bar. Because that's where she's like, just order at the bar. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. So I go over there. And this dude turns to me. And I was wearing my sweatshirt that has like a weed leaf right here. It's like it's an iron-on patch.
You just wore it like, I think you wore it in the reaction videos.
Yeah, I might have worn it. It was like a weed leaf right here. It's a green hoodie with a weed leaf right here.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, oh, I see your hoodie. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, we literally smell you from where you were standing over there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know, man. I work with it every day. I was from me to probably further than your wall, bro, from these people.
Wow.
And
So that's a good like 20, 25 feet.
And like that's how far away these people were from me. And I was only standing there for like a minute. And they smelt me. That's how potent, like the entire John's Grill.
Oh, and that's an unmistakable smell too.
Smell like
that smell drifts.
They literally told me like our entire like the dude's like this entire place now smells like you, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like
my bad.
I was like, I just work with it every day. It's like I smell like work.
And they're like, oh no, it's fine. You smell fantastic.
Oh no,
I
that's
just
what
wanted
he
to let
said.
you know you reek in case there's a fucking cop somewhere, dude. It's fine. We don't care. You need to.
Yeah,
is what he's saying.
But like that's that bad when you like. With fresh plants.
Yeah.
It's potent. It's I completely forgot. Like I was like, fuck. Didn't even think about it.
That's funny though.
Because it's just every day. It's like walking out of the donut shop and them saying you just smell like a donut. You know?
Oh yeah, that's what I do. I forgot about it. And I'm sure you do too.
Yeah.
Like I forget that I smell like donuts when I come out of work.
Just weed. I just smell like weed.
Yeah. People don't
Constantly.
react to me smelling like donuts like they would you smelling like weed, though. People will be like, smell like fucking donuts.
Now I have an excuse.
They look at you and they'll go.
Now I have an excuse. This is why I smell like weed now. That's all that is. I've always smelled like weed, I guess, but now I just have an excuse.
Yeah, you have a great excuse. If I end up smelling like weed, I'll be like, yeah, I smoked a blunt just like a little bit ago.
Yeah. No, the difference between burnt and fresh, but
that's true. I'd be like, if I smelled like weed, it'd be like,
yeah, it's burnt weed, bro. Yeah. You just smoked the blunt. But yeah, that's right.
I wouldn't say, yeah, it's burnt weed, bro. Because they're just like, what? Like, of course it is. They're not thinking I work with weed, probably. I don't know.
No, I just remember
But
seeing
who the fuck says it's burnt weed, bro?
No, because I remember, no, I've watched the cops. I've watched a couple of cops episodes where people, when they had live PD on, they would pull people over and they'd be like, I smell weed. And he's like, well, I got my weed card. And he's like, yeah, but this weed I smell burnt
No,
weed.
I know that. But I'm saying we're talking like to the normal everyday people.
Oh, no. Who says burnt weed?
Yeah, nobody says
no one
like,
on the regular, just a cop.
That's what I'm saying. So I would then be talking like a cop. They would assume I'm a cop.
Yeah. No, I was just saying there's two different smells in the instance of a cop. Like, that's all
for
they
sure.
would say.
Definitely.
They would smell burnt weed.
You remember that guy Tyree Nichols got beat up by the cops or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
When Tim Pool was reporting on it, like the first one or two times, he kept calling him Tyre Nichols.
Nichols.
So I was like, why would you think his name? He's like, I'm not sure if his name is Tyre or Tyree. I was like, of course it's Tyree.
Listen.
Who would name their kid Tyre?
A black person.
You racist motherfucker.
No, motherfucker, listen. Who would name, if someone said their name's Tyre, I'd be like, oh, that's a black person. No white person is gonna be named Tyre unless some like hillbilly. I guess maybe some hillbilly ass.
I wouldn't immediately.
I really like them tires on my.
I see what you're saying, but I wouldn't assume it was black. I would assume it was like some foreign person, and it's not the same type of.
Yeah,
tire.
no. Like if you showed it to me on paper, yes, my first assumption would be like.
Yeah, it's spelled TIRE.
I would think it's something.
It would be Tyre.
I would think it was something different than Tyre. I would never assume someone's name is Tyre. But if you ask me the name Tyre, I would assume a black person.
No, even if they said Tyre, I would just think it was some weird foreign name, and that's a normal name, and it doesn't mean fucking tire. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like Tyre. Oh,
no, but I'm saying like if someone
Tyre
said
Punjabi.
No, that's his name. That's how it's pronounced. His name's Tyre.
Yeah,
I would assume it would be a black person. So if he said like, yeah, his name is Tyre, I'd be like, oh, black kid, huh?
Yeah, but again, it being Tyre Nichols. I guess I see what you're saying. It's not like his name is Tyre Rusanev or Tyre Punjabi. You know.
Yeah. Some day it was just Tyre, whatever. I'd be like, oh, that's either like I would literally think a black person or literally some hillbilly. I'd be like, oh man, I'd love to sit down with his family type.
Hey, I'm Tyre McNally.
Yeah.
Tyre Murphy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. NASCAR driver, future incest NASCAR, married to his cousin in a trailer park.
Or if somebody was like, yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with my dude Tyre, you'd be like, Tyre? What kind of fucking name is that? He's like, yeah, he's a pro wrestler. His name's Tyre Murphy. Carries a tire. It's the weirdest thing. He rolls it out.
Like, how'd you get the name Tyre? Well, when your mom was giving birth, she sat down in a spare tire and put her legs up.
Yeah. You were born in a tire, son.
You're literally, you know that crevice, the inners, where the inner tube go? Shot right out and laid in that perfectly, right in the inners of a tire.
Yeah, that's why you love the tire swing so much.
Yeah.
When I changed it to a wood swing, you cried, boy. I had to change back to a tire swing. You just sat and it swung in it all day.
But
it was your comfort tire.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. Some like NASCAR driver or just some random black dude.
Like now I want to like write a book and like create a character named Tyre Murphy.
Tyre Murphy. Let's write a children's book, Tyre Murphy.
It's like a boy named Tyre. When I would go to California and visit my dad when I was a kid, I'd bring my cousin Andy out with me when I was younger. And his mom would go too or whatever. Because, you know, my mom and his mom are sisters. But we'd play my brother-in-law Randy's whatever he had at the time, but most of the time it was Super Nintendo. And he had some football game on there, like pro football game, and you could create your own team.
Yeah.
And
shit was
create your
fun.
own players and
This
shit.
shit was fun as
We
fuck.
created our own players.
Yeah.
And we did them just to be funny. We got bored after a while just playing the normal game. So we created like one big, huge, like fat dude. I mean, he was huge.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was a
dude.
behemoth above everyone. He was the max height, max
Oh, yeah,
weight,
before-
everything. Then we made the smallest little dude we could
Yeah,
make.
dude.
And we made him so fast.
Dude,
And
before they got
he
a
was just
handle
zipping
on
around
that whole
field,
thing.
bro.
Oh, before they got the handle on
They
the
got
whole
just boom,
creative
boom,
player,
boom.
fighter, character
Yeah.
thing, dude, people were getting wild.
It
You'd
was
have-
so fun.
Dude, I remember doing
You
that
could
shit.
name them. You pick their number and their jerseys. We
Yeah.
named like the big guy Tiny.
Yeah.
We named the little guy like something. I can't even remember what we named him. But man, it was so much fun. It made it so. It was like a whole nother game. at that
Yeah,
point.
you could do some wild shit. They like creative teams were cool. I don't know. It was cool. Like when I had the time to like sit down and play interrupted, like it was cool. Like NCAA, eventually you could just create a school, and then like you could literally take them to like the national championship and actually be like a legitimate school.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just like a fuck around thing. You could actually like fuck around still.
Yeah.
Or you could like put like quote unquote years into the school and build it up like recruiting, and you could build it up over.
That's dope.
And you could actually then make like your school like the #1 rated school in the country to go play football at.
Like in the game.
In the game,
That's
yeah.
so
But it
dope.
would take you a
I
few
love
seasons.
that.
It would take you some seasons to do.
No, that's
But
super
like,
cool.
yeah, you could eventually like build your school up and shit like that.
No, there's a game that I bought. Like I was seeing ads for it, like I think on TV, and maybe even like YouTube and the internet and shit. But it was a PC game, and it was called The Movies, made by a company called Lionhead Studios. Right? I have it. It's down there. I got a gift card for like my birthday or Christmas or something, and I bought that shit with the gift card. And I wanted it because it was dope because you ran a movie studio.
Yeah.
You hired actors, and you built up their credibility and their skill set and shit, and you put them in movies, and then you put the movies out. You know what I mean? It would take. You'd make the movies. It would take a minute. You'd upgrade your studio lot and put different sets and stuff. So the movies got better as time went on because you started in like the 1920s when movies started to be made, and then you went to like the 2000s. And the game was you had to get as big, be the #1 studio because there was a ranking system. Like
Yeah,
you were
gotcha.
the top studio, number
Yeah.
2 studio, and like.
See, that's why I like Sims and shit. I like all those kind of games when I had time
But
to
like,
like play.
fashion and stuff would change over time. So you would,
okay.
and
You had to
and your
adjust.
actors would get older.
And
So your
you'd
stable
have
of
to-
actors, you'd have
yeah.
to keep upgrading people, and your other actors would have to play older roles. If you put them in younger roles, you'd get the critics telling you that like they're way too old to be playing this role. Like I didn't buy. Like you could read the like automated reviews of the movies, so you would judge. You know what I mean? Like you'd have to change their styles, hire younger people. It was awesome.
intense, that's
Shitty
crazy.
part is I can't play that game ever. I have a PC that can run it, but the Lionhead Studios was like bought out or shut down. The
So
company that made the
game's never
game.
been-
So there's never been patches and updates made for the newer versions of Windows.
Oh shit.
If I had the old version of Windows and it ran on,
Yeah.
I could play it right now. Like if I had a laptop that ran that old shit, I could play it on the laptop. But I love that game so much that I can never play it.
See, I always like those like games like Roller Coaster Tycoon, like on the computer when I was in school and shit, like Roller Coaster Tycoon and
Yeah, that was-
Sims, like just the simple versions of like that shit.
But like that was kind of my original point of telling you. I forgot what it was, but like is that I enjoy games where like they get that in depth, where it's they get to that business side of it. Like,
Yeah.
Like
Where it's just more and more, and it's come like that over time, you
like
know.
what, NBA Ballers Phenom or something for like Xbox 360 or something. There was an aspect to that game where you were a
Yeah.
street baller.
Yeah.
And you like I think you got sponsorships. and
Yeah,
you
but
eventually
like your
got,
house, your rent, and like
Yeah,
car, like all that shit.
It took you to like the whole lifestyle of being a baller. Those games are dope, and just like you said, like Roller Coaster Tycoon and Theme Park and Theme Hospital. Those games are super dope, especially when they simplified business. So they were
Yeah.
kind of teaching you business.
Yep.
And stuff, and how,
finance, just simple financing, how things,
listening to the customers and
Yep.
shit, and like
that's it.
how it all kind of works, just simplified.
Exactly. No, those games are always fun to play. I played Sims for a while on my phone. Like
Sims is super dope.
Had a little Sims thing going there for a while.
Yeah, the phone one I played the fuck out of, and it's a lot simpler than the PC, because the PC version is the way to go.
Oh, dude, any of the PC, like I watched a couple dudes on YouTube that did. I didn't follow them up, but like I would be like, oh, dude, like I would type in like Roller Coaster Tycoon to see like what the new shit looks like these days, what it's upgraded to.
And nowadays they like every few months they'll make new expansions and shit.
Yeah,
add all kinds of new things. It's pretty.
I watched this guy. He's because they're pretty crazy. I don't even know if it's Sims. I think it's beyond that. I think this is even more whatever thought out.
I got Sims 3.
This dude is like a civil engineer for like or whatever. Like he designs shit like this and like is literally like builds, like plays the game and like, but it's like a different game than Sims. It's got like more into it. So like he's
Sim City.
No, it's like a little maybe that or whatever. But it's like
I think I know what I see people play.
It's
it
like
online.
real detailed about how you build.
Sim
shit.
City's like that too, but this one's like way more realistic.
Yeah,
and like
this dude,
it's way more vast.
And this dude would literally explain to you like from a civil engineer's aspect of why he's doing what he's doing.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
Oh, we're gonna put these roads this way because this is known or this is known as like this. And you're like, I didn't even know that like intersections had certain names that weren't like.
I forget what it's called. It's like city something or cityscapes, or I can't remember. But yeah,
Something
dude,
like that, but
it's
like,
actually really fucking cool.
That dude was explaining. I'm like, this is pretty dope. So like that dude, I watched a few times.
We could play that shit. That's a really easy game to understand. It teaches you like.
But it was cool just to hear like an engineer talking about it from his aspect of why like this is the type of road you need here with this situation. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, common person doesn't think of that when they pull up to a red light.
Yeah,
like, oh, this is not the appropriate transition.
Yeah,
this is a whatever. It needed to be this.
Yeah,
like,
I have SimCity 4 down there, and in that game, you have to upgrade the roads. The higher your population is, and the bigger your city is in certain areas, because traffic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that shit's. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I love those details where you feel like you're actually doing something.
Yeah, this shit was pretty cool.
And like the different regions of the city, like you need to keep like all the industry and stuff kind of in its own area. You know what I mean?
I can't wait till both the kids get older and old enough to where like I'll be like, all right, let's sit down and we'll do like a half hour together. We'll all fucking work on our little city together. And like each one of them has their own.
But like
city going and we do it together because like you said, it's just a simple way to help learn like finances a little bit to a point.
Like you ever notice how in cities all the like industrial parts of the city, like the factories and the like manufacturing plants and like, you know what I mean, are all in the same region of the city. It's like the industrial part of the city. Those games kind of teach you why. Yeah. It's because of like pollution, environment, like nobody wants to see that shit basically. Like you don't want it near where people are. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you usually want to put those away and like from the city, and those are usually like that's
why your water treatment plant isn't.
Yeah, and
right
you keep like resources away from that area.
Yeah.
So that like they don't cross contaminate.
Exactly.
Like,
don't put this whatever.
They teach you the routing system of pipes.
Yeah.
They teach you the cost of all this stuff.
That's what I mean.
You know what I mean? Like
money. They teach you the shit costs money.
But like you could see this stuff, this gameplay in normal life. If you look, is my point. That like if you ever notice that like there's always industrial parts of cities.
Yeah.
And like residential parts of cities. And commercial parts of cities.
Yeah. It just gives them a whole view of life, almost an aspect, little bit of every aspect of life on like.
And it kind of teaches you government and shit too. Like it's crazy. Like it's educational.
Why you need to support your goddamn police and fire departments.
Yep. Why you need to
Back the blue.
Pay your bills and pay your taxes. A merc. All right, guys. I guess we can call that episode 51, which apparently, I guess Eric did that in the beginning. That was so long ago.
Yeah.
I was like,
literally, this isn't the same cigarette.
Neither is this.
Or that.
Don't go back and check either. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends. Thanks again to all the new subs and views. Hopefully you guys are watching the pod at this point. Give us a shot at least. If you made it this far, you did, so thank you. Yeah. Till next time.
Later.